happened, this kid probably could have done it. Like, they
Well,
weren't.
I saw a lot of reports that said that they got warnings about it back in January.
And that they warned the CIA. And they ignored it.
Yeah, they didn't follow the proper protocol.
A lot of stuff was...
Like, how does...
There was some police officers that never went back in. Like, they had warning that there was an active shooter. They did not go into the building.
Yep.
So that, I think, is why there was the proposition to have the teachers armed, because maybe the officers can't react in the way that they're supposed to. If you can't react in the time that you're there for, what are you there for?
Right.
Like, you're here for a time like this to protect the
Otherwise,
kids.
every other day we've been good. Like, you, we really wasn't anything that administrators probably couldn't handle. So that's why you're there, because you are the one with the gun.
Right. Safety.
That was super frustrating to hear that happened.
Yeah. And then we also, like, I don't know. I just feel like, no. All the teachers said no. I was kind of joking about it, but I saw our ROTC kids out training and with the master sergeant. And I was like, I honestly would be comfortable with you guys all having a gun. Like, give them to the kids that know what they're doing. Give it to the teachers that know what they're doing.
Do y'all have riflery as a sport at your school?
I think you talked about that. Our ROTC does riflery in their competitions, but it's not.
Right, they don't actually do the shooting, but there is, like, you know, in the NCAA, what am I trying to say? All the sports, the GH, maybe I'm talking
Gisa?
about. Yeah. That is actually a sport that's offered, because at my old high school, we offer everything but that. Oh. So if that's really a sport, then kids could really be trained in that. But I just don't.
Where is the war?
Right.
Why
I'm just
are
like,
we bringing guns?
The sad part is that's not what the focus should be, period. Not about school.
A lot of comments were, teachers can't even afford supplies. How are we going to afford guns?
That's true.
Like, and then you're going to give to an underpaid professional, overworked, tired professional. You're going to give them a gun to do what? Protect the kids that's disrespecting them? Like, it's just kind of like, man, oh man, what problems?
I like what Jackie Moon said.
What did he say?
He was like, just put bulletproof doors on all the classrooms and windows. And I was like, yeah. Like, that seems like a much simpler solution.
They have bulletproof windows
on
the outside. So, there was also a little there's these bunkers in Oklahoma because of tornadoes and stuff. But, like, it was really cute. They had the elementary school kids going into the little bunker because that was built into the school, so that's safe. But, like, we don't live in places where there's tornadoes. So we're just going to build these bunkers because of guns coming in or an active shooter.
Right.
It just doesn't.
That part.
The dice are too large. Like, the chances of it happening at the school that you're at. What are I don't know what the probability is, even though they said there's, like, been 18 or something since 2018. There's been tons of them.
Yeah, since January. I think it was 18.
So it's, like, sad that this is continuing to happen. It's sad that, like, I don't know.
Well, how can we prevent it outside of trying to do guns with guns, you know? One, goodness, I hope I can find this article. It was an article in Reader's Digest. And it was basically talking about how teachers really have to become, and it is another responsibility, but it should be something, it's something that the good teachers do anyway. Becoming more emotionally available for students and really doing and taking steps to address whatever issues they're having, not becoming a counselor, but just being a human.
Yeah.
And having like a real relationship and bond with kids, and really having things in place to be able to identify which kids are being ignored. Yeah. Because they're the same ones all the time, and the ones that are not being, acknowledged at school are usually the ones that come back and do these types of things. So, there are things that we can do just as a normal, regular, good human being without having to go to any type of special training. Right. Like leading with the heart in class and really sincerely caring about kids.
Right. It goes back to relationship. There was one thing that I was thinking about when you were talking was, I lost it as soon as I got it.
I was talking about mental health and being emotionally available as an educator. But that means you really got to get yourself out of whatever that trance is that some educators get into about curriculum. Like there's like this curricular trance that teachers get so focused on that it makes them see through kids. Like to the point of not even letting them speak. Like you're only talking to them at all times. They can't ever talk back.
Oh,
like,
it's so ridiculous.
Not talk back, but you don't even give them a chance to respond.
Their opinion. What I was thinking about was the walkout that the students are planning. They're mobilizing social media and all that. And I know I'm not going to speak one way or the other about if they should or shouldn't. But it was very disappointing to see students that were upset about their voices not being able to be heard. Cobb County is the only county in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, that is not allowing the students to walk out. The rest of the counties are supporting this walkout on the 14th. So, working in that district, I was able to see from the teacher's point of view, because we're the ones that actually touch and see and have relationship with the kids, how upset, how hurt they were. And it was because, like you said, their voices aren't going to be able to be heard. This is the way they feel they want to demonstrate. I think they were saying they were demonstrating, first of all, it was 17 minutes because of the 17 children that passed. And it was them walking out because they were demonstrating their safety in the school is the same as their safety outside of the school. So I was like, wow, okay, so this is something that this is something that you plan.
All about.
Right. And so Cobb County was saying that they will have consequences across the board. Now, we have 17 high schools in our district. And these kids are fired up all the way across from the south, where I am, all the way to the east of Roswell. They are fired up. And it's just going to be interesting to see. We have a minimum day that day. And
what does that mean?
We end school at 11:35.
Oh, okay.
And across the district.
A half day. Yeah.
Yeah. Across the district. So the walkout's supposed to be at 10 a.m. during class change. So I'm like, I don't even, like, why are we even tripping about something like this where they're going to be 6 of those 17 minutes getting across campus or whatever? Like, I don't even know what kind of consequences are going to be assigned, but they said prom maybe off the...
That is so extreme.
So it's just kind of like, I think that they're leaving it up to the teacher to punish. Like, if the kids don't make it to your class by this time, then you need to write them up. Or some teachers may be like, I don't care if they were late. That's just late. I was
going to say, and I know you're going to be the one like me.
Well, luckily, I'll be at NSTA. So I won't, it'll be a sub. So I'm like, if my students, first of all, like, I'm not having AP this year. Most of my AP kids I know are mobilizing across, like, they're so woke. But, like, these are sophomores. They barely know what the heck is going on. Maybe they'll get caught up in the moment and travel along with the crew, I don't even know if they'll think that that's some lame stuff and end up just being the only ones in class. I don't know.
Right. You never know.
You know,
You're
but
right.
I know that the honors kids all are, I don't have an honors class this semester, but my neighbor said the honors kids were in an uproar. They were crying in class because they just didn't feel like their voices were heard. Now, our principal was like, you know, maybe for those 17 minutes, give them some time to talk about it and how they feel or whatever if they're in class. That might be fine if they're there. If not, and then, okay.
Yeah.
The idea behind them not walking out was that if they were to walk out, then they would be sitting ducks for the crazy people waiting to kill children outside of every high school, middle school, elementary.
So now they're going to just try to scare them into it.
Scare tactics?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because I was like, that sounds like it could be, but I don't know of anyone who's finding every high school, all 17 high schools at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday with a modified, like, it was just, like, the chances of that happening is the same as someone shooting up a school.
Right. But they wanted to say that even though that was another crazy thing to say out loud, even if you were trying to manipulate someone to be still.
Right.
I would never say that as a leader of a school system out loud.
Right. It's just kind of like, and I don't think the kids bought it. Like, they tried to explain it to them, and they were just like, this is not right. Like, they knew that
was some BS.
This is not, you know, it's not right. Oh, you cussing again? What's BS stand for?
A little stooky.
Stooky. So, yeah, that was the main, that was one of the things I was just kind of like, you know, I'm not going to share my personal ideas about the walkout, but I feel like teenagers, especially during this day and age, it's about time that they are standing for something or falling for anything.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is that you want to stand for, but if you do and you're all about it and you know that there are consequences, then that's all that needs to be discussed. Either you're going to do it with the consequences or you're not going to do it. That's it.
That's true.
And I'm not going to be like, oh, let me mobilize for you. No. If that's something that y'all are going to handle, then handle it, work it out. Y'all know social media better than I do.
But it is.
And then, like, there was
a good lesson. Like, I'm kind of like the APS superintendent. Like, this is a lesson to be learned and how to peacefully resist or, you know, stand up for what it is you believe in. And I think it all started from those students in Florida who kind of showed the example. And I respect her and I respect them for receiving the message because it really is up to them. Like, if all the kids and parents are like, look, enough is enough. We need to do X, Y, Z. Whatever their result is that they're looking for, the action, I don't see how that's unhealthy. That's a healthy thing to do. Girl, to let them exercise that.
One of my boys told me today, if an administrator pushes me, then it's on. During the walkout, I said, what do you think? You think they're going to have dogs and, like, you know, high pressure water? Like, they're ready. And I was like, I don't know if you're imagining the civil rights movement and the Walgreens sit-in, the Woolworths, but in my mind, I don't know that that's going to happen. But he was like, he was ready for whatever. He was gonna be able to, like, you know, peacefully. He was like, you know.
So tell me how he said.
Oh, Miss Ned. And if any of those administrators try to get me, believe it's gonna be on. I was like, the administrators are not chasing you, okay?
What in the world?
And I said, you know, There are no dogs on campus. There's no, you know, I don't know what they're thinking is going to happen. So that's something that's kind of scary too. It's like, if you were to say, okay, do this peaceful, whatever, corral into the middle of the campus so the